Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Today, it's a great pleasure to have here Mr. Chuck Cohen, Managing Director at Benco Dental. Hi, Chuck.
Hi, Cristina. Nice to see you. Thank you for inviting me.
Nice to see you, and thank you for being here. For those who don't know me, I am Cristina Cesari. I'm the Managing Director of Faro S.p.A. Faro is a family company located in Italy, and we are a 76 years old company specialized in projecting and manufacturing lighting solutions. Chuck, I really think there are very few people who don't know your company, but for those few people, could you tell us something about your company?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you for having me, Cristina. Like you, I'm the managing director for a third generation family business. My grandfather started the business in 1930, so a little earlier than yours. So we're coming up on 100 years. We are only doing business in the United States. We're the third largest distributor of dental products in the United States. And I'm very proud to say that we've been a Faro dealer for many, many years, not always under the Faro brand, usually under other brands, but super excited to be working with you guys directly. For last year, right now we have about 1,600 employees in the United States, and we do business across the United States. So very happy to be here, and thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you so much. I am really proud, Chuck, to work with you, with your company. What we are here today is to celebrate this great partnership. And I don't know if you know the story of Faro in the United States, but let me tell you. In the late 70s, my grandfather brought the whole family in San Francisco, close to San Francisco. And because he had this American dream, and he opened a branch, Faro USA Corporation. So we were there. I was born in 1975, so I was 4 years old. And I barely spoke Italian, but I was living in San Francisco. And that was a very good time, and the business was starting very good in the US. But unfortunately, family criticity brought us back to Italy. Mm-hmm. And we had to let the American dream go. But I am so tough. I always said that this headache, I want to come back to United States. I want to go back to that beautiful country that is US. And so I started destroying all my collaborators, asking them, how do we go back to United States? We have to make research and ask for advices, and you have to do whatever you can to bring me back to the United States. Just tell me who's a very solid partner to come back there. And everybody in the end told me Benco. Benco is a great company, a solid company, a family company, the partner you need to be in the United States.
Well, thank you. I'm very proud to hear you say that. I did not know that you spent some of your early years in San Francisco. And as an American, I validate the American dream. It's really, whether you're from America or not, certainly every company really can't say that they're global until they make it in the United States, because it is the world's biggest market for everything, dental products and everything else. So it's great. We are very proud to be partnering with you as well. And I would like to add, the good news is when you decided to come back to the United States with the Faro brand, you didn't just come back with the same product, you came back with an innovative product. And our team is very excited about launching with you guys. We did a few months ago, and we're launching again in a few weeks in Houston. The product that you guys have come to market with is excellent, and our team is very excited about getting out there and selling it. The innovation that you've put into the product is really great. And I was hoping we could talk about that for a few minutes as well, because I think Americans in general, the American market, has not seen innovation in the operatory light category for about a decade. The last big innovation was the use of LED lights in the operatory light itself. What you guys have come up with is truly unique and very exciting.
Yeah, thank you so much. As you mentioned, we have this unique solution. We are specialized in lighting solution. Sometimes there's a wrong way of thinking that a light is a light. No, no, useless to say no. We work every day, we study to get always better in our profession. We work with the university, research institute. We attend courses to increase our knowledge on illuminotechnique. So I think I am pretty sure when I say that a light is not a light. It's like when you work every day, you know, those days where your work is so hard and tough, and the sun sets down, and you don't realize that you are working in the dark. Mm-hmm. And then you realize and say, okay, I have to turn on the light. In that moment, you ask yourself, how did I work till I turned on the light? Okay, working with a proper light, especially for a dentist who's working in a space that's like a cave, it's the difference.
Yeah. So if I can add, I think what you're saying, Cristina, is all correct. I'd like to add two things. The first one is most practitioners realize that the light in the operatory is very important to how you match a shade, because dentists are not just doing regular work, they're doing artistic work. And if the shade doesn't match well, it doesn't matter how functional the tooth is if it doesn't look right. I think most dentists understand that. And your light is excellent at that. I think what most dentists don't understand is the amount of muscle movement that's involved with the eye itself in changing as the light changes when you work. So what most practitioners don't understand is sometimes they get tired by the end of the day because the lighting in the operatory that they're working in is not right. It doesn't feel right. And their eye is continually refocusing, which is exhausting, not only mentally exhausting, but actually physically exhausting. So the right operatory light with the right bulb and the right lumens not only improves the quality of the aesthetics, but it also improves the working fatigue, it improves the energy of the practitioner, him or herself.
Yeah, all right, you are. In fact, our daily work is concentrated in improving not only the result of your job, but also the life. Let's say we are trying to give a better life to the dentists. They need to see better what they are doing, not being over concentrated, so that in the end of the day, they will be more relaxed, more satisfied because of the result of their job, more happy because of the patients are happy, and they could also see more patients.
Yes, there's no question. And so when we see dentists come in and look at operatory equipment, for example, they spend a fair amount of time thinking about the chair that the patient's going to sit in and recline in, because the patient needs to spend an hour there. But they don't sometimes spend enough time thinking about their own comfort and their own ability to be productive. And the operatory light is part of that. I think you're right. The practitioners think that one operatory light is like another. That's not true at all. Different operatory lights perform differently. The other thing that maybe you can talk about for a minute, at least to the US market, is when we think about lighting for our homes, oftentimes we think about Italians as being, the highest quality lighting. I don't think we think about that in dentistry. So if you can talk for a minute or two about the heritage of the Italian businesses on lighting and what you bring to the market, in the US for dentistry as far as that's concerned, I think that'd be helpful. I mean, Italians are known around the world for great lighting technology and design.
Yes, sometimes it's quite strange because Italians are sometimes considered average, average in everything, exceptional in food, maybe exceptional in landscapes or in leisures. But if we are talking about technology, it's more frequent thinking about German rather than Italian. But that's absolutely not true. We have great technician, great professionalists here in Italy. We have great university. The university we are in contact with to develop the illumination solutions are one of the best in the world. Italian manufacturer of domestic lighting, you were saying before, as you said before, are not only great because of the design. We can be great, and we are great in the technology itself.
Yeah,
and that's the strong point in being professional on the managing of the lighting.
absolutely. And I think what makes it very exciting for the US market is that you are bringing that technology, that innovation to something. And I think I speak correctly when I say you're the only company that I know that only focuses on lighting in the dental operatory. Everybody else is doing it along with something else, dental chairs or stools or something else. You guys, as far as I know, are the only ones out there really focusing exclusively on lighting in the operatory, which gives you a competitive advantage because everyone else is sort of saying, yeah, you guys are really focused on it first and foremost.
Yes, you are right, Chuck. Mm, there are tons of manufacturers who does a lot of things. I really like to be concentrated. I really like my company. It's in our DNA to be concentrated on lighting. So this is like it's our passion. I, I don't like to deconcentrate from my passion to something that else just for the turnover. I can't.
That's wonderful. And that's the passion that comes from a family business, right? I mean, we feel the same way. One of the things that makes Benco unique is we're only focused on dentistry. So some of our other competitors are in medical or veterinary or other markets. We're only focused on dental. That's all we do. We understand dentists better than anyone. And you guys understand dental lighting better than anyone because you're only focused on dental lighting, at least in the dental segment. You're focused on lighting and how it applies to dentistry.
Yes, definitely. And Houston will be a great opportunity for us because, as I said, light needs to be seen.
Yeah.
You cannot talk about light. You have to see the light to realize, oh, wow, that's incredible. That's different.
Yeah, it's very exciting. We've already sold a number of units. We haven't installed them yet, so they're all orders that have not yet been delivered. But our team is very excited because whatever creates a better environment for the practitioner is really key to what we do. And so, shining a light, pun intended, on the power of lighting in the operatory is huge. And most of our competitors don't talk about it because it's like, another light, which is where you started. But what you guys have done is just different and better.
Thank you so much, Chuck. Thank you, Chuck. By the way, you mentioned that our companies are proudly family business. Your company is more than 90 years old. Wow, congratulations. And my company is turning 76 in 2 months. I do have to be honest. In Italy, unfortunately, family businesses are decreasing,
Mhm.
are really decreasing, and that's something that's a little sad because above all in the north of Italy, family business were a tradition. But we are losing a lot of family business. Uh, what's happening in the US? It's the same way?
So, yes and no. What I would say in the United States is certainly there's a lot of turnover with family businesses. So, some family businesses are selling. We are not. We are proudly family owned, and we will be for the foreseeable future, hopefully forever. But in the US, I think we have a lot more startups going on that are, there's a dynamic to the economy where people are starting businesses all the time. So we see in the United States, at least, that there is a fair amount of new family businesses starting. Now, many people don't realize they're starting a family business when they're starting one because it starts as an entrepreneur with an idea, right? And I have a lot of friends who say, I don't have a family business, I just own a business. And my answer is, if you own the business, it's a family business. I mean, you own it and you're working in it, and your family may or may not join it later, but I would consider that to be a family business. And in the United States, I think the statistics indicate that there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there who are starting new businesses. Now, some of them will sell along the way, but I think that many of them will stay as family businesses for the future, which is hugely exciting. In dentistry, we're seeing the family businesses that are still here are hanging out for a while. They're not selling for the most part. There are lots of successful family-owned manufacturers and a few distributors left, like Benco. So I'm optimistic about it. That said, it's not easy. As you know, and I know, it's not easy to get to that second and third generation.
Yes, absolutely. And I don't know if in the United States is the same, but in Italy, they always say that the third generation destroys the company.
We hear the same thing in the United States. Our goal is to make sure that doesn't happen to us.
No,
That's for
that's
someone
a
else.
great no.
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
us too. No way. No, I think that's what they say here in the United States as well. And certainly there are examples, but there are also very good examples of longer term businesses. What I would say is, and I know people have had fourth and fifth and sixth generation. I think the proper way to say it is, if you can get to the third generation, you really have a good chance of moving forward, right? Because what we see, at least in the United States, is in order to get to the third generation and then to the fourth, you need systems and processes. You need governance. You need conflict resolution processes. You need to get along as a family. And the most important thing you need, if you're asking me, and this is what very few people talk about, the key to multi-generational family business success, in my opinion, is very simple, but very hard. The business has to grow faster than the family makes babies. Period. I know a lot of family businesses that have great ideas and great successes, but they can't grow it fast enough, and they have too many generations and too many members of the next generation. So that's what we have to talk about, right? Is if the family procreates slower than the business grows, success. If the family procreates and makes generation after generation faster than the
Mm.
business can grow, doesn't matter what processes you have, it's hard for everyone to be successful.
Wow, that's a great suggestion.
So
That's
let's
a
keep growing. That's the beauty of this, is we're going to grow together, and we're going to work together because we need to outgrow the next generation of people in our businesses,
yeah.
in our families.
I have to tell my nephew to wait a little bit to
That's
increase
right.
the family.
That's the secret. That's the secret.
Exactly.
And only one or two or three. When they have 10, it's a problem.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think so. But being a family company, to me, it's a really, it fills my life with criticity every day.
Yeah.
I am honest. But I always feel lucky because every day I come here with love and passion. Um, I recently discovered a letter uh, written by my grandfather And okay, let me tell you that my grandfather and my uncle were my father's figure when I was young. So they grew me. And so I lived with my grandfather. So the connection with him was, wow, was incredible. I recently found a letter where he defined this company his third son.
That is so inspiring. And actually, my father, who's still involved in the business, he's 88 years old, would tell you that our business is his third son. My brother and I work in the business, and the business is the third son. Now, the secret is sometimes we both felt like the business was the first son, and we were the second and third. That happens sometimes. In a family business, we know that. So definitely, my father had 3 children. The order of love and importance changed sometimes, but 3 children, me, my brother, and the business. So I 100% identify.
Yeah, so that's what makes a family company great. We have this enormous heart for our business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other word that you said that I think is worth dwelling on is not just love, but patience. And I think when we talk about family business in our organization, we say we have the luxury of thinking in decades, not quarters. And that really goes to this idea that the public companies we compete with, they need to make a number every 3 months. They need to report to Wall Street. They need to make sure their stock is going up. They need to get out there and talk about why their company, they have to do that every day in order to achieve the 3 months, every quarter. We have the luxury, and I say luxury because I truly believe it is a luxury, of thinking in decades. We can think, you and I, we don't need to worry about what's going to happen 3 months from now. That's good, bad. We need to think, and we can think about what should happen a decade from now. That is the most important advantage that we family businesses have. And when we understand it, and when our employees understand it, that's when we really win in the market, in my opinion, because we have that level of patience that other companies just can't have. And honestly, they're jealous. They wish they could, and they can't because that's not the way their business works.
Yes, I totally agree with you, Chuck. Yeah, astonishing how 2 different company, pretty different company, have the same values or feel the same thing in the other one in the United States, the other in Italy, 9 flying hour far away from each other, but family business is a family business.
Yes. Family is family and business is business, and family businesses are unique and wonderful, sometimes stressful, but that's the way it works. That's what causes change. But overall, it's very fun and it's very exciting to be able to talk to another family business owner, even though, as you say, you're in Europe, we're in the United States, but very similar.
Yeah, thank you so much. Let me change a little bit the topic, if I can. You just mentioned a word, stressful. I think that, unfortunately, the word is a little bit complicated at the moment. And the last years, quite challenging at least for the business. How do you see the current landscape in the American dental industry?
So we're very bullish. We're very excited about the future of dentistry in America. We did go through a very tough time, but what we learned through the COVID experience, and I think probably learned the same thing in Europe, is how resilient dentists and dentistry is. Resilient. I mean, one of the most resilient professions, right? Going into the pandemic, I think most people said, oh my God, it's an airborne pathogen. People are going to die. No one's going to want to go back to the dentist. Staff members are going to quit. Dentists are going to retire. And it's going to be, and I heard a lot of people say they feared that the pandemic was going to really shift or maybe even make dentistry a worse profession than it was before. I think what we learned was the opposite, was dentists are resilient. The dentists that I know put on bigger masks, put on more fancy protective clothing. The staff members, the hygienists, the assistants got back in the office. They treated their patients the same way they did before. The patients got the oral care that they needed, and the dentist practiced safely. In the United States, at least, and I think the same thing is true in Europe, we couldn't find one pandemic spreading event from any dental office. Not one. There was not one incident that we found that dentistry was responsible for the pandemic spreading. We thought that was pretty exciting because what it says to us is dentists did what they needed to do to create a safe environment for dentistry. So we've come out of the pandemic strong in the United States, and I believe that dentistry is only going to get stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, as they say. And so we believe that dentistry is going to be stronger going forward than it was in the past. Very exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. I like this way of being and thinking positive, because being only concentrated on the bad that happened cannot be a road for the future.
No. And learning from it is important. And I think we've learned from it. And I think you have as well. But going forward, very excited. At least in the United States, the new generation of dentists are smarter, harder working, and really, really interested in being independent practitioners. I don't think that's something we talk about enough, at least in the United States. There's a perception in the United States that all the young dentists want to go to work for large companies, but we don't find that's true. Some do, but many do not. Many really want to be independent practitioners and have a family business. We have lots of examples of dentists who are practicing with their spouses, their sons, their daughters, their nephews, their cousins. We have lots of family businesses that are dental practices that are family businesses in the United States. And we think that's going to continue into the future. I don't think that's going to change.
Yeah, in Europe too, I can tell you that I met a lot of dentists, young dentists who are great, just great. They are settled for the future. They are not giving up. They just wanted to bring good things to this sector, because dental sector is a very important and great sector.
Yeah, there's no question. When I was younger, the perception was that dentists were somehow not as talented as physicians. And that's not, I don't know that that was ever true, but it certainly is not true today. We're finding that dental schools and dentists in general are equal to physicians in their talent, in their passion, in how they provide for their patients. And I think that's exciting. I think when it comes right down to it, we are going to rise and fall based on the talent and passion of our practitioner partners. And in the United States, at least, I'm very bullish on young dentists. Young dentists are great and very excited to work with them.
Yeah, I love to work in this sector. And I love that I know at least your company and my company, we are always going on to give great news, great innovation, great opportunities to these great young dentists.
Absolutely. So thank you. And thank you for making that happen, because one, as we talked about, lighting is important to the physical and mental health of the practitioner. So we can't overlook lighting. And honestly, it's been overlooked for far too long. So this is a very exciting conversation for us.
Thank you so much. I would like to add that we are not only giving light to the professionists just to make them better in their professional life, but we also want them happy.
Yeah.
Happiness.
It's hard to be happy when you're tired and not feeling like you're doing good work. So I agree. Happiness, lighting makes you happy. And it's interesting because, at least to me, and this is the conversation we need to have with our customers. If we were talking to a successful dentist about building, for example, a brand new home, a beautiful home, the home that they're going to live in for the next 20 years. And we said, the lighting in your home is so important. And we should make sure we focus on it and spend time on it, because lighting is going to influence your mood, and it's going to influence how much time you want to spend and all the things that lighting does. I think most of the dentists in the United States would say, I understand that. That's great. But yet, when we say to them the same thing about where they practice, about the operatory, about where they actually do the work that makes the money and creates the happy patients, they go like, huh? I never really thought of that before. So one of the conversations we need to have on our side at Benco is to make sure we're saying to the dentist, this is as lighting in your operatory is more important than the lighting in your living room or your family room or your new home.
Yeah. Yeah, if we learned something, we have learned something from pandemic, is that human being values. So sometimes we do implement something, let's say in our offices, just because it's better for the job. But if we can put something that it's better for the job and for me as a human being, isn't that great?
Absolutely, 100%. And that's honestly on both of us, because both of our organizations have the opportunity to change the dialogue around lighting in the operatory. And it's so important. It's happiness, it's productivity, it's efficiency, it's physical strength and energy levels. All these things all go back in some way to the lighting of the operatory. And so it's a great conversation to have. It's a great opportunity to think in decades, not quarters.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just wanna make you just one question again. Let's go straight to Houston, to the Benco Salesforce meeting. I have been told great things about this meeting. I met Sue and Kathy, and they were all thrilled about it. So let's talk about it. Let's tell us something about this great meeting.
Yeah. So we have one national sales meeting a year. This year it's in Houston. We bring together our entire sales team. Between the vendors and our sales reps, there's about 750 people there. It goes for 3 days, and the level of enthusiasm is measurable. People walk out enthusiastic and excited. And the thing that people are most excited about is seeing the new products that are being launched. The whole key to our business as a success, our business's success, is to keep launching new products. Dentists love innovation. Our job is to make sure that they see what's innovative and what's out there. So our number one goal for our sales meeting is to bring everyone together and, create a good vibe and get people talking and meeting each other. That's all important. But it's really to sit down and make sure that they know, here's the newest, latest, and greatest. Here's the products and services that are going to make a difference for our customers. And key to that list is the overall launch for our entire sales team of your new product, because we think it's a game changer. So the meeting is going to be great. It's good to see everybody and shake hands and, hang out together, learn from each other, and make sure that our team goes out, preaching the gospel about the most important, most innovative products in dentistry.
Yeah. So good luck. Good luck for this great appointment.
Thank you very much. Luck is important. Like, we hope it doesn't snow somewhere and people get stranded. But we've got a lot of people working pretty hard on this, and we actually work for an entire year to set this meeting up. So there's a lot of people who work hard at it, and it will be 3 fabulous days. So very excited to be there and be with the team and send them off to do great things. Congratulations
to you and to the whole team. I just had the chance to meet a few of them, but I do have to tell you, you have a great team.
It's great. Well, as you know, as a family business owner, it's got nothing or very little to do with you or me. It's all the team. If you can attract and keep great people, everything is easy. Like, people say, what's the secret? Well, one of the secrets is get great people who want to do great work. And we do that all the time. So thank you for saying that. Much appreciated. And all the people I've met on your end, the same. Great people, and they're passionate about what they do and about making a difference, which is really great.
Thank you so much. You will share Houston event with a couple of my jewels in the team. Yeah, with my Ricardo and my Roberto. They are great professionals. So I think it will be a great meeting, really, both for Benco for sure and for Faro.
Absolutely. We're very much looking forward to it. And thank you for setting this up, and thank you for partnering with us, because, as I said, we're only as good as the innovative products that we get to sell. So thank you for honoring us as a distributor for your products, and we will do great work for you and with you.
Thank you so much. I do really look forward to meet you in the United States.
Absolutely.
And whenever you want to come to Italy, be my guest.
Thank you very much. I'll make a trip soon.
Yeah. So, Chuck, I think I stole a lot of your time. Really appreciated it. You
Thank you
are
very
always
much, Cristina.
great.
Thank you, Cristina. I appreciate the time with you and flattered to be asked. Nice to meet you again.